Hey guys, welcome back and hello to you new people too. Today I'm bringing you my anti-haul number 10. You guys requested it, so here it is. As a reminder, I'm telling you why these items are not a fit for me and my makeup collection. They may be a fit for you. This doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that, I'm not gonna spend money on them because I'd rather save my money to spend on other things or just to not spend my money. All the brands I talk about are cruelty-free. I'm not bashing any of these brands. I'm basically just trying to offer you a different viewpoint than the constant buy you hear from other YouTubers. So first up would be the Storybook Cosmetics Dragon Lipstick. Now, I love dragons. I just finished watching the Game of Thrones season finale, which was awesome, no spoilers. And I've read tons and tons of fantasy dragon books like Anne McCaffrey's Pern series. So I really like dragons. I totally understand dragon obsession just as much as unicorn or mermaid. That said, these Storybook lipsticks look pretty terrible to me. Like, I don't feel like it looks like a really nice dragon scale bullet. It just kind of looks like really bulky and tacky. So for me, it's an easy thing to pass on because I wouldn't think it was pretty enough to put in my collection. Next up, Too Faced is releasing this whole Just Peachy matte eyeshadow collection. Now, normally I would be all on board with an all matte eyeshadow palette. I really do like peach shades. I feel like peach shades make my blue-green eyes pop. However, when I looked at this palette, I feel like I'm looking at a mostly brown palette with just like 2 or 3 peach shades. And since I've already got plenty of peach shades and I have more brown than I could ever use in an entire lifetime, I don't really see the point in buying this palette. Additionally, if you're somebody who bought a lot of the Too Faced palettes, it looks like a lot of these same colors are in the Natural Love palette that came out, that giant palette. So I don't really see why you would buy it if you already own the other palettes. Honestly, that whole peach collection that's coming out really isn't appealing to me. The only item in the entire collection that I would be curious about trying would be that new foundation, which is like the Just Peachy Stay Matte Foundation. They have a shade called Snow. I'd be curious to see how that works for me or if it would be too dark. Too Faced is also launching this whole Kandee Johnson collaboration collection soon too, and I was really excited by that because I've been watching Kandee Johnson for years. She's somebody who is just really positive and bubbly. I actually even follow her on Twitter just because I like what she tweets out. Usually she tweets out like inspirational stuff that like I said, I personally like. So I was excited to see that she was going to be having a collaboration, but then when I looked at the palette, I'm like, okay, this is one of the most boring palettes I've seen. Again, it reminds me of a lot of the colors that you've seen in previous collaborations from Too Faced and previous palettes. It doesn't look like there's anything new in it. So I don't see the point in adding it to my collection. I still have the Vegas Nay Stardust palette that Too Faced put out, and I have the Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I feel like between all of the palettes that I have, I've got the colors, I've got them covered, so there's no reason for me to buy anything from it. So the next palette had me really, really excited. As you know, I love the color purple, so when I saw the Natasha Denona Lila palette, I got really excited. I mean, I've made my own DIY Urban Decay palette and DIY Makeup Geek purple palette because I really love purple. So when I saw that, oh my god, a brand is going to be putting out a purple palette, this is going to be awesome, I was wrong. No, completely disappointed. Once I saw the Lila palette opened up, I was like, where's the purple? There's 3 purple shades, that's it. So I already owned the Natasha Denona Purple Blue palette, which if you've watched one of my makeup disappointments videos, you'll know that I had basically makeup regrets for spending the $200+ on that palette because it's mostly browns with just a few purples and a few blues. So this to me looks more like the same. Like there's just really not a lot of purple shades. It's a lot of like brown neutral blah colors. And I'm just like, no, why? You have this beautiful color palette to work with. You have the name Lila, which implies purple. And yet this is what you give us? So disappointing. So the next palette I'm not going to buy is Tarte's Big Blush Volume 3 palette. Now let me be clear, I think Tarte's blush formula is great. I have several of the Amazonian Clay blushes. I'm wearing one today. So I really like their blush formula. But when I look at these palettes, I try to look at how many shades I would wear versus how many I would never touch. And then if it's not, more than half the colors in the palette, I don't really see the point in buying it. So I was looking at this particular one that just came out, and there's like 3 colors I would wear. The rest of the colors I wouldn't be able to wear. So there's just no point in me buying it, even though I think it's a high quality product and I really like the concept. It's not for me. One other cool thing about it, and it may be for you in this case, is that it's an all vegan palette. So I think that's really cool. So last but not least is Cover FX Perfect Highlighting Palette. Now I love the brand Cover FX. I was a Cover FX brand ambassador for 2 years. I think that they make excellent cruelty-free and vegan products. However, when I saw this palette, I was so disappointed because there's probably 2 shades I could actually wear in the palette as a highlighter, and everything else would have to be either blush or lipstick. So even though it's probably a great value for the price, I was really disappointed by that. What I'm hoping is that eventually they will release the one shade I'm particularly interested in, which is called Prism, as a single, because then I would probably buy that. But as it is, this whole palette, I just don't feel like it's worth it for me to spend the money on it because I wouldn't use all of the shades in it. So anyway, that's it for my latest anti-haul. What do you think about me hitting number 10? Please be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching.